Guilt is a common struggle, especially for older adults. Are you carrying burdens from the past? Maybe you feel like you didn't do enough, or you said too much, or you should have made a different choice. Or maybe you're putting pressure on yourself to live up to everyone else's expectations when really you're just trying to keep it all together. Now, if you're ready to hear more, then let's get going. Let's be real for a moment. Guilt loves to show up in midlife and beyond because you start looking back, right, at the should haves, the why didn't I, the I should have known better, and before you know it, you're carrying the weight of decisions you made some 20, 30, even 40 years ago. And guilt can sneak in from so many directions. Maybe it's about parenting, wishing you'd done more or done less and not enabled as much. Maybe it's a divorce or not being there for someone the way you wanted to be. Or even just aging itself, feeling like you're a burden now or no longer useful to society. Well, let me just say it, that's ageism. And we've internalized it without even realizing. See, we were raised in a world that taught us to be selfless, to give. And so now when we want to rest or say no or put ourselves first, we feel guilty for it. And that's not your fault, but it is something you can change. So let's talk about some of the biggest guilt triggers I see in women over 60. Caregiving guilt. You know, this one is huge. Whether you're looking after an aging parent, a partner, or even the grandkids, it can feel like no matter how much you do, it's never enough. You're stretched thin and you still feel like you're failing. And that's not failing, my friend, it's exhaustion. And it's okay to take a break, to say no, because it's not fair to carry guilt on top of it all. Another big one is financial guilt. Maybe you're retired or semi-retired. You might feel guilty for needing support or like you're somehow a burden to your kids. But honestly, life didn't always go to plan. You've survived a lot and you deserve compassion, not shame. And health-related guilt. If you're dealing with health issues, you might feel like you're slowing people down, like you're a liability. That's society talking again, because you're allowed to age, you're allowed to need rest, you're allowed to take care of yourself, and you're allowed to ask for help. Now look, there is such a thing as healthy guilt. You know, that little nudge inside when we know we've hurt someone or we've stepped out of line. But unhealthy guilt, that's when it starts to define you because it loops in your head and it makes you feel unworthy. So how do we release it? Well, here are some tools that I've seen work time and time again. So let's start with forgiveness exercises. Not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Write a letter. Say the words you needed to hear back then, even if it was a decade ago. Honestly, forgiveness doesn't mean condoning something. It means freeing yourself from it. Then there's mindfulness and gratitude practices. I know it might sound a bit cliche, but when you train your mind to stay present, guilt loses its grip. Try this each morning. Name 3 things you're grateful for today. You know, it doesn't have to be big. Clean sheets, a cup of tea, or your strength. That's how we shift perspective. And journaling. Let it all out on paper. The shame, the anger, the regret. When you see it written down, guilt often loses its power. And you'll start to see patterns and you'll gain clarity on what's actually yours to carry and what was never. See, here's the truth. Guilt festers in silence, so talk about it. Connect with someone you trust. Share your feelings. You'll be amazed how many people will say, "Oh God, me too." So reach out to support groups, coaches, therapists, online communities, because you know there's healing in hearing other stories. Ooh, and let's not forget about the power of purpose. And that means do something that lights you up. You could volunteer, learn something new, join a walking group, cook, paint, grow a herb garden, whatever brings you joy. You know, guilt shrinks when joy expands. So here's where we land. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not here to carry shame like a badge. You are a whole, evolving, worthy human being. You can release this guilt. You can give yourself permission to move forward, and you can live light. So why not take care of yourself like you would someone you love? Say no, rest, laugh, cry. Do things that remind you of who you are. And remember, as long as you accept that label of guilt, then it will continue to control your life and have power over you, purely because you are allowing it to. And we don't want that. Honestly, you don't have to stay stuck and live your life feeling guilty. You have a choice to change your story, take control, and find the happiness that you truly deserve. And if you need some help, I'd be honoured to work with you. Now, if this video helped you in any way, I want you to know there is support. You don't have to carry this on your own. And I've got some wonderful free resources to help you get started. I have a guided sleep meditation to calm your mind and body, a 4-week wine pause journal to explore those emotions without judgment, and 61 tips on navigating grief and moving forward with purpose. And you can get them all over on my website, so I'll leave the link in the description. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's something you're ready to release today? Leave it in the comment below. Let's have an honest chat about it. And if you know someone who's drowning in guilt and needs to hear this, then send it to them. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this resonated with you, because you never know whose life it might change. So thank you for being here with me today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.